because it probably won't. See, there's that. I've also got multiple radio streams going.
I see that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
We're growing, man.
You're way more advanced than... see, this is why people have those, like, soundboard managers and... Well, just people dedicated to doing that.
Just that, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, just that, yeah. It's like, this is the guy that works the sound booth. This is the guy that does this. Oh, and these are the two idiots talking on the radio.
That's right. These are the two less skilled people in the room.
What can they do? They can talk.
They can talk.
They can talk really well.
They know a lot about a lot of stuff.
Sometimes.
In theory.
In theory.
They think they know a lot about a lot of stuff.
And by think they know, I mean they will tell you that they know, but they really don't know. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we are technically live. We're on live on Facebook, and we have 3 minutes until we go live on radio.
Okay.
And that's kind of how everything works. Oh, before...
Is it a 3-minute delay? Or?
Yeah, 3 minutes and 18 seconds.
So everything that we're saying now will play in 3 minutes and 18 seconds?
Oh, actually, technically, it's a 45-second delay, but
okay.
we go live on, like, our show actually starts at 9:04. There's a commercial header and everything else, the whole...
Intro commercial.
Yeah, let me
Somebody
make
wants
sure
to
that
make
this
some money.
kicks over here. Yeah. All right, good. I like that. Good. That actually kicked this time. You guys are going to be happy because I'm not going to have to recut this entire thing like I did on the other day. Yeah, kick this over. See, there's a little bit of a delay there. Hey, Donna, how's it going? Let's see here. Oh, you guys can't see us yet here. Let me make that change. There we go. Boom. Rick King. Yes, you can ask a question. You can ask a quick question. Uh-oh. Rut-row raggy. By the way, this is Alan Chesser over here.
Well, hello.
To my other side.
Don't know what side this is.
Well, if you look, it's reversed from the camera view. Erica, is a caravan in Mexico? Is it true? Yes, it is true that somebody has filed lawsuits for the caravan in Mexico. Yes, that is true.
It's interesting. I just don't know how you file a federal lawsuit when you're not a citizen or in the country yet.
Right.
It's kind of hard.
Well, you see, there's this guy. He happens to have a whole lot of money.
Oh, he wouldn't be, from like the 30s.
Yeah.
In
Like
Europe
he's like 2,000 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah. A Jew that happened to go and become a Nazi to save his own skin, and he killed his brothers and killed his families and friends and things like that.
Yeah.
That guy?
I think I've heard of him.
Yeah, he's a creepy old dude. He makes a lot of money.
He does.
Yeah, and the problem with him making a lot of money is that he likes to spend it on stupid stuff. Like, I'm gonna make sure that these people actually make it to the border on time.
And
by giving them buses.
And by time you mean roughly Tuesday?
Roughly Tuesday.
Roughly Tuesday.
Roughly Tuesday. And if they don't make it by Tuesday,
close enough.
It'll be after Tuesday, but it won't. Nobody will care then. Nobody will care. Oh man. Oh, good luck to him. Yeah, that's right, Patty. Good luck to him. Let me see. Okay, so all right, 15 seconds. 15 seconds before we go full live.
Oh, well,
Check
should have
this
shared
out.
it to my page, but
That's okay. Donna's sharing it with everybody else. All right, hold on one second. I'm gonna go radio silent. Hello, everybody. You're listening to the Defenders of American Exceptionalism. We are live, hence why I'm talking to you. You can find us at DOAE Show. That's /DOAE Show on the Facebooks, Twitters, YouTubes, Instagrams, MeWe. On MeWe. Yeah, MeWe as well. You can find us anywhere there. You can also go to our website, www.doaeshow.com. And if you go there, you can become a Defender with us. And by that, I mean, if you go, you can subscribe to our page. You can either become a shield bearer, which is for free, no problem. You just give us an email and you can get a few benefits. And if you become a Defender with us, it's $5 a month, $50 a year. And if you become an annual member, you do get a T-shirt, either the one that I am wearing currently, the Eagle logo, or the hashtag I see what you did there T-shirt. Because on Twitter, if you follow us, use that hashtag I see what you did there, and we'll comment below. With me tonight, Alan Chesser. How's it going, sir?
It's going well. Thank you for having me.
Sweet. Thank you for being here. See, Alan is a local guy, local yokel. He's been running for office. Just got out of the primaries. Is that what?
Yeah, yeah. I lost in the primary. Thanks for reminding me of that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's okay. He is a much better candidate than the person who is actually running. I'm going to say that and not let him say that, so that he can't get in trouble for that, because technically the primary, Republicans and all of that jazz.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Anyway, we have a wonderful show for you guys tonight. By that, I mean we're going to talk for about an hour, and you guys are going to be bored out of your minds. Get ready for it. Here it comes. I think he's ready. All right.
I'm ready.
By the way, no bell tonight, mainly because I forgot to grab it. It's way over there, and I'm not going to get out in front of everybody. So, if you guys hear a bell-worthy statement, please make the bell sign. It's good times. I'm just looking at him because I think he's going to say something, and I want to give him time to open it up. So, let me ask you a question. Hashtag no platform. You heard about this?
Not the hashtag. I told you before we started, I don't Twitter too often.
Right.
So the hashtags are mostly new to me, and just my wife tells me about them normally. That's kind of how it starts.
Your wife tells you, and then suddenly out of nowhere, okay, fine, I don't care. Well, see, here's the thing. Hashtag no platform. It started actually a while ago. Tons of people have been getting deplatformed, as it were. See, that's where either Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, whoever decides that your content is not worthy of free speech.
Yeah, I mean, I'm aware of that situation. I've actually had some fun conversations with some people in my campaign, during the campaign, not to go down that road, but where we were getting throttled down because of our content, because we came off as conservative. And so,
ooh, scary.
We would have, over 1,000 subscribers, but when we post something, it would only get seen by 26 people.
I have that same problem all the time.
Yeah. So that was interesting. And then you send one little email or question to Facebook, and all of a sudden the next thing you post has 500 views within 30 minutes. It's strange.
Isn't that weird? Well, so that happens to you, but to me and to especially Dylan, when Dylan was reposting, he'd post stuff, right? And then we'd share to like 50 different groups that allow us to share to the groups. They're like, yeah, cool, you can share your page. Okay, great. We share to him, and then after about the 5th one, he gets banned for a week from sharing anything, from writing a post, from sharing anything. He just can't touch the board for a week.
That's probably because they knew Dylan. It had nothing to do with the content. It was just who was posting it.
That's probably true. I'm just going to let that one slide. By the way, Dylan is still with us. He is still around. He's not here tonight, obviously. He will be back. We are hoping and praying that it will be around the 1st of the year. Just keep his family in your minds. Pray for him if you can. Looks like everything is going the right way for what we need, but we don't know. I never know. I'm just kind of I'm almost as much out of the loop as you guys are, but I'm just this far closer.
Yeah, ask him in an hour.
Yeah, ask me in an hour, after he gets this message. So let's just go down the list real quick. People that have been, deplatformed, okay? Robert Stacy, no idea. McCain in February of 2016, really? Milo Yiannopoulos, don't care. Anthony Cumia, no idea. Sargon of Akkad, you ever heard of him?
No.
Okay. All right. So that's all right. Carl Benjamin. Sargon of Akkad is his kind of like stage name. But anyway, he's kind of a not really a staple, but he gets on Steven Crowder's show a lot.
Well.
He's kind of a comedy policy wonk. I wouldn't say wank. Policy wonk.
Depends.
Dang it! I need the bell.
Is he British or not?
No.
Oh, well then,
No.
yeah, wank wouldn't be a good one. Then.
That's right. Roger Stone in October of 2017. James Alsop, don't know who that is, in December of 2017. Then you have Paul Golding, Jada Franzen, and Britain's First Party. The Britain First Party got banned.
Yeah. In
That's
December
crazy.
of 2017. That's that's interesting.
That wasn't that far along. Tommy Robinson, we all knew about him. He got banned after, the whole Islamic extremists and him reporting on it. Owen Benjamin, ever heard of him?
No.
He's a comedian. He's also a pianist. And he's also almost 7 foot tall.
Wow.
So his stage name is The Huge Pianist. And that's his website. TheHugePianist.com.
That's very nice.
And it is so good.
Well played, sir.
He is very well played.
I don't know what your bell's for, but
that's probably it right there.
Probably it, yeah.
Alex Jones and InfoWars. Nobody
Can't imagine
cares.
that.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Gavin McGinnis and the Proud Boys. Okay. Gavin, I understand that you started the Proud Boys. Get away from the Proud Boys. Get away from the Proud Boys, all right? They're doing you bad. They're doing you bad. When they go out and they intentionally start fights with people, boo. And the latest victim is Michael Knowles. He hasn't been completely deplatformed, but he has been blocked from Twitter for posting a joke that has been going around since the dawn of time. Republicans vote on the 7th, Democrats vote on the 8th.
Yeah. It seems harmless in its entirety. It's satire.
But Alan, it's fake news. It's fake news.
Well, I feel sorry for the Onion and Babylon Bee and
yeah, I know. God has posted judgment on Washington apparently as well as he now sends great hurling balls of fire into the White House. That was one of the latest from Babylon
Bee.
Yeah, that's good times. Of course, Babylon. Who else has been deplatformed? You've also had PragerU.
Yes.
PragerU has been deplatformed, and then immediately they rescinded that because they realized that would have been a major lawsuit.
Well, I mean, PragerU has a major lawsuit against Google and YouTube right now.
Yes, they do, and they're okay to add Facebook to that as well.
Yeah.
Because they have it's an ongoing lawsuit for them for their stuff being stifled and pushed away because they were demonetized for telling the truth.
Right.
I mean, if you tell the truth and you're demonetized, obviously there is a problem with whoever's demonetizing you. But I digress. It's okay. It's not a big deal. You want to know why? Because there's a group of women out there that are posing nude for the grab them by the ballot photos. Encouraged by the Democrats.
Yeah,
Isn't that great?
Why not?
Why not? You see, 10 women from Vermont, representing a variety of shapes and sizes and ages, posed nude for the grab them by the ballot photo shoot aimed at drumming up votes for Democrats. Gonna let that sink in.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works.
You see, the title kind of plays off the obvious President Trump grabbed him by the P word comment that was resurfaced in 2016. The photos are also a nod to the hashtag Me Too or Pound Me Too movement. In one of the photos published across social media, the women are shown wearing nothing but a paper ballot covering their private parts. How do you know they're women though?
Because clearly they identified as one.
But how do you know? It doesn't say I am a woman on the ballot. It just says it's just a ballot.
It's just a ballot?
It's just a ballot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're not telling us they're women. How do you know that is not just a front hole?
In theory, wouldn't you need 2 ballots?
At least 2, if not 3. I mean, it depends on how big the ballot is. Wow. I really need to get that bell in the break.
You need the bell.
I think I need to get the bell during the break. This is going to be a long show, if not. See, quote, we are here to show the country these recent events have served to strengthen our resolve and to bring about change within the system through exercising our right to vote. We aim to encourage voter turnout in the upcoming November elections.
Okay. If I can be serious for a second.
No.
Probably not.
No.
If you want to be taken seriously as a get out to vote movement, it's probably preferable to keep your clothes on.
Are you sure about that?
It just seems more likely for you to be taken seriously and less like maybe a publicity stunt.
Oh, like the caravan?
Yeah.
Or, like the bomber?
Well,
maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe?
Too soon to tell.
Oh, too soon. Okay. With that music, that means we're about to go to commercial break. We will see you on the other side. Keep listening. You're listening to the DOE Show. All right. So as you can tell, obviously we are in commercial break, but as you can also see, there are no commercials. Isn't that nice?
Wow.
Isn't that really cool?
That's cool.
That's really cool. All right.
This is like behind the scenes.
Yes. See, there are commercial breaks on the radio side. So if you're listening on Mojo right now, you don't hear me. So you don't know what's going on.
Those lucky people.
But if you listen anywhere else, or if you're watching live on the video stream, you can still see us. Because I don't like commercials, and I just decided that one day I wasn't going to do them anymore because they weren't making us any money.
You demonetized yourself.
I know, because we still make money, just not off of commercials.
Oh.
See, that's how this works. And so, just so you know, we'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Screw it, I can't do it all. There's too many bells to ring for this show. Oh, man. Oh, so bad, so bad. So while nobody else can hear, is there something you need to get off your chest?
Oh, never, no.
No?
No, why? Why are you asking leading questions, sir?
Am I leading the witness?
I don't know how long your commercial breaks are.
About a minute and a half more.
Oh, no. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know, man. We're
During
just
the
kind of
commercial break.
we just kind of chill on the commercial breaks, kind of see what's going on. Did we see those naked women? No one wants to see them naked. You're correct. I didn't have to look at them because when it says they represent all shapes, sizes, and ages, exactly, you know that you don't want to see them. Sargon of Akkad, did he invade Maldor in the 13th century? I think Maldor was Middle Earth, not real.
You want to go all Tolkien on it?
Yeah, I think that's Tolkien. So we're gonna have to.
Mordor, by the way.
It's Mordor. Is it Mordor? Okay. Well, what's Maldor?
Who was your friend?
Oh, okay. Is that his younger cousin or something? It's the bad version of Mordor. Anyway, my gosh. Let it out, Alan. See? Let it out, Alan. It's okay.
Let it out.
Let it out. It's okay. Goose frappa.
Erica. I can't.
Goose frappa. Let it breathe.
Give me
It's all right.
3 more days.
3 more days. Give him till the election. Once the election is over, everything will be available. All right. Commercial break should be ending here in the next 10 seconds, just so you know. 10 seconds. I like coffee.
Coffee is good.
And we're back. You're listening to the Defenders of American Exceptionalism. We are live. You can also find us on Mojo 50 Radio. Mojo 50 Radio, that's on the video stream on their Facebook page right now. And you can also listen to us on the website and through their audio radio system. I think also IPM Nation, Lanterns, Spreaker, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes. Pretty much anywhere that you can get podcasts, you can hear us. Just look for us. Defenders of American Exceptionalism. It's good times. So you went to elementary school, right?
I believe I did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Dylan was homeschooled, so I just have to ask.
Yeah, no, I was a public school baby. So.
Okay. So if you went to public school, let's say in Idaho, and the elementary school staff dressed as a border wall in Mexican sombreros and costumes, what would you call that?
They kind of look like waffles.
They do kind of look like waffles.
Picture.
Well, it's like brick pattern. It's like they put brick patchwork, but it's like waffles with sombreros.
Mm-hmm.
See, they had two different. So you had a group of teachers that were dressed up in Mexican, the traditional stereotype Mexican garb, and the other was a MAGA wall.
I'm not sure. I would probably, in today's society, it's racial profiling and all that fun stuff. Back then, it was probably just good fun.
Yeah, it was good fun probably back then. But today, that is seen as cultural appropriation. And I'm sorry, but you wonderful progressives over there, you're doing it wrong.
This is interesting. Because we just had Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which ties into the story.
Of course.
And I saw a story where I don't remember who it was, but someone, obviously very important because I forgot who.
Obviously.
Declared that it was okay for white children to dress up like Black Panther.
Oh, that was Ben Shapiro.
Well, and I think he reported on it.
Yeah, he reported on it for sure.
But it was just interesting to me that in order to now avoid cultural appropriation, we have to get permission ahead of time in order to do something that kids have been doing for generations and just having fun.
Mm-hmm. You see, I avoid this altogether. We don't trick or treat.
Well, I mean,
we don't celebrate Halloween.
Imitation is the greatest form of flattery.
Yes.
Unless it's satire.
Yes, and then it's still sort of flattery.
It's still flattery, yeah.
I mean, if you ask Sean Spicer if his the imitations of him on SNL were flattering or not, he might say no.
But the fact that he is
being imitated
is flattering.
Exactly. See, photos of the costumes were posted on the Middleton School District Facebook page and were later removed after numerous complaints began to roll in. Screenshots of the pictures were posted across social media and went viral, sparking outrage from Hispanic communities, activists, and, quote, others. I want to know who the others are. In every situation, there's always others. Please tell me, who are the others? Middleton is predominantly white, but Hispanics represent its largest minority group. You can't go about and have a whole bunch of white people dressed up as your largest minority group.
Well, I mean, the story says that the faculty was actually planned as a part of a costume competition that involved dressing up to represent various countries.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I mean, so bite the bullet, and either the administration says, hey, look, okay, we shouldn't have done that, or don't blame the teachers.
But then I have to debate that because you have people dressed up as Batman, and that's not a country.
And Dorothy.
And, yeah, The Wizard of Oz, which is also not a country. It's fictional.
It's Kansas, so,
It's not Kansas anymore.
Democrats might think that's its own country.
They're not in Kansas anymore.
They're not in
Kansas anymore. Here's how the district responded. Quote, I want to say we are better than this.
But
we embrace all students. We have a responsibility to teach and reach all students, period. Was there poor judgment involved? Absolutely. And we now have to own those decisions. Okay. That's not what you would say to anybody who about anybody who was a conservative and did the exact same thing.
They're getting ready to break out the T word, aren't they?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The intent or misjudgment of the individuals involved does not undo the trauma experienced by the students, families, and communities.
Mm-hmm. Middleton, Idaho is about 20 miles northwest of Boise. With a population of 7,400, about 12% of the students in Middleton Heights Elementary School are Hispanic. J.J. Saldana, it is an Inye, Saldana, who oversees educational initiatives for the Idaho Commission on Hispanic Affairs, told the New York Times he was inundated with calls from angry parents and community members, mostly white. I'm glad you caught that there. My phone has been ringing off the hook all day. He also said that he is concerned that references to the border wall can be used to bully Hispanic students. Guys, really? They're making fun of the border wall and America being... all right. Here's the point, guys. Let people dress up how they want to dress up. As long as it's not scantily clad to a point. You're not a teacher walking in showing 5-year-olds and 10-year-olds your nips.
Right. That would be inappropriate. That might actually cause
get you
trauma.
fired. And that might actually get you fired.
Right.
Hopefully.
I don't know. It's the baby mentality of the world of our country is just it's interesting to say the least. You have college students claiming to have PTSD because of who their president is.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense at all. It makes almost as little sense as this next story. You see, apparently Democrat political ads warn people in North Dakota and their hunters that voting could stop them from getting out-of-state hunting licenses. Take it away, sir.
That's interesting. That's a tactic, I guess. You know, you got to find a way to keep people from voting, I guess, when you're trying to encourage people to vote.
See, possibly illegal Facebook political ad, apparently from Democrats, which hasn't been taken down, by the way, I might add. Warns North Dakota hunters that they may lose their out-of-state hunting licenses if they vote, a claim that is certainly false. This says almost certainly false on here, but I'm changing that is false. It is false. Your state cannot dictate whether or not you get a hunting license in another state.
Yeah, so here in North Carolina, it's pretty interesting because it's actually on our ballot this year whether or not to make that a constitutional amendment for our state.
Right, to protect.
Hunting laws are individual to each state.
Mm-hmm.
So your vote in North Dakota would not affect you being able to get a license in, say, North Carolina.
Right.
Your criminal activity might.
Yes.
But your voting record would not.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And because, once again, nobody is supposed to know what your voting record is.
Right.
Nobody's supposed to know a citizen's voting record.
Except somehow I keep getting these mailers from a party that will remain unnamed talking about my voting record for the last 4 years or 4 cycles.
That's crazy because they're not supposed to know. How do they know, sir?
I don't know.
How do they know?
It's interesting.
Oh, man. If you follow the links, it's actually an article from The Blaze. They have the post. It is a sponsored ad paid for by North Dakota Democrats, NPL. And it says, it's just straight up. If you vote in North Dakota, you may forfeit hunting licenses if you have them in other states. Wow, they really screwed that up.
They typoed. Good correction, though.
Gosh. My goodness. All right. Guys, we will be right back. That sound is a commercial break waiting to happen. Catch you on the other side. All right, there we are.
I'm going to eat a Starburst.
Eat a Starburst because I know that you actually want to say more than what you want to say. Here's the good thing and the bad thing about having a person who is technically still a politician until the election ends. There are so many things he can say, and then there are so many things he cannot say. He cannot say while everybody's listening.
Like I don't know, maybe don't vote for the amendment.
Right. Don't vote for the amendment. So they're in North Carolina, by the way. Almost nobody from North Carolina watches the show, so you should be good. You should be all right.
Then I'm good until I share it on my page.
Until you share it on your page, and then it's oopsie. Oh, man. But, yeah, so in North Carolina, there's, what, 6?
There are 6 brand spanking new constitutional amendments proposed for the state constitution this year.
6?
Yeah.
And these are things like, what do you have? You have hunting licenses.
Well, they want to enshrine, that's their word,
right.
Enshrine the right to hunt and fish in North Carolina.
Right.
Except they don't.
No, it doesn't. It just gives them control over it.
It enshrines the state's right to regulate hunting and fishing in North Carolina.
Which we don't want.
Which is the opposite of a right.
And then you have the one good one.
That would be the tax cap.
Right, that would be the tax cap.
From 10% to 7%. That's a win.
And it's a flat, like you cannot raise it above 7% ever again.
It caps it at 7% in our state constitution.
What are the other ones? I always forget.
7 more points and I'm happy.
7 more points. Yeah, 7 more points down. Just drop it 7 more points down. And then what else are there? There's
they want to stand up an 8-member ethics board. We currently have a 9-member ethics board.
That's stupid.
But that would take an entire segment of the show to explain that one.
No, don't even worry about that. That was stupid.
That one's dumb.
So they want to do they want to take power away from the governor.
Right. They want to consolidate power in the legislative branch and allow the legislature to appoint judges during vacancies and
instead of the governor,
and not only that, but governor appointees normally only sit on the bench for about 2 years.
Right.
Because the next general election comes out, the judge goes on the election.
This would make it so these guys were basically Supreme Court judges in essence.
They sit on the They sit on the bench for at least 4 years before they can be put on the ballot. But the argument is that they want the legislature to do it because it's the closest branch of government to the voter, and the voter has the authority over the judges. Except we're going to take it away from them for at least 4 years.
Huh.
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
And that was only 4 of them. Maybe 5. I don't know. I don't count.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Defenders of American Exceptionalism. Rick King over on Facebook. You hunt in 4 states, sir. Good for you. That is great stuff. Keep it going.
Obviously, he does not vote in North Dakota.
Obviously, you don't vote in North Dakota. No, I was about to say North Carolina. Or North Carolina. I mean, come on. That's the entire thing, isn't it? Oh, gosh. So if you guys aren't watching live, or if you're listening over on the Mojo 50, just the radio portion, we are doing behind the scenes stuff. So during the commercial breaks, you can watch us still keep going and jabbering on about other useless information that nobody needs to know about, or you can just keep on listening to commercials. That's cool too. By the way, Mojo 50, they have a raffle going. So get your email to Mojo50. Go to mojo50.com. Give them your email. And when you do that, you get your name entered in for a drawing that's, I guess, about $3,000 worth of stuff right now. It includes a brand new pistol. It includes Nostalgia Wild Rice products. It includes a ton of other stuff. So just go there, look at what they have that they're offering. It is amazing.
I might have to do that.
It is. Yeah, right?
You had me at pistol.
Right? They if you have a permit, you can get it immediately. And it's by Tar River Arms,
okay.
which Tar River Arms, by the way, they're not a sponsor of mine yet, but they're a sponsor of Mojo 50. And they best virtual identification of guns. Like you can do the whole zoom up. You can see the texture on the grip and the entire 360 around and everything like that. And when you buy a weapon, they pay the transfer fees.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
They pay the entire deal. So, like, you pay the set amount, whatever the price is, that's the price out the door.
Very nice.
All you got to do is pick it up at your local dealer. Isn't that cool? That is really cool. I kind of like that. I've been hearing about this a lot. Something else I heard about, which is kind of funny. So, a leftist on a Florida State University campus threw chocolate milk on Republican volunteers.
Did she specify why chocolate?
No, but the whole deal with Milk was because she was calling them Nazis and saying that they were killing people.
Okay.
Okay.
The radio listeners didn't get that whole thing.
No. That pause. You guys understand the pause, right? Okay, good. A 19-year-old Florida State University student is seen pouring her chocolate milk on Republican volunteers at FSU campuses on a viral video and she's been charged with battery. According to WBTV, the Florida State University Police Department issued a warrant for Shelby Shoop. Shelby Shoop? All right. On Thursday, the freshman turned herself over to the police department later in the day. She was placed into handcuffs and taken to Leon County Jail. That's a great county. I love Florida, man. You guys have such great names. Leon's County. She spent the night in jail and was released the following day. She had confronted Republican volunteers on Tuesday before class at the FSU campus. The young woman accused the volunteers of supporting Nazis who are killing people. And when the Republicans told her Nazis were National Socialists, she grew very angry and increasingly incoherent. And at one point in the video, the leftist poured her chocolate milk on one of the volunteers, and it actually got on two of them.
Because there's no greater way to disprove someone's theory that you're violent than by being violent.
See, you're catching on.
Yeah.
You're catching on.
It's reverse psychology.
Exactly. That is the right way to go, Alan. That is the right way to go. So, here's a quote. Sickening to see a member of the FSU GOP, a group I'm proud to be in, have chocolate milk thrown on her for campaigning.
This is the point where we are blowing everything out of proportion.
Quote, this is a vile attack. It's not a it's chocolate milk, guys.
But what's interesting is a GOP headquarters was shot into in Florida.
Yeah?
And they called it vandalism.
Right.
Like, wait.
That's vandalism.
This is backwards, guys. You've got it backwards.
So my church youth group, like the children's ministry, they call one of their segments chocolate milk theology.
Okay.
That's how that's how non-damaging, that's how innocent and easy chocolate milk is.
I would be more worried about it staining my clothes,
right,
than calling it a vile assault.
At least you smell like chocolate all day.
You throw a brown liquid on me and I find out it's chocolate milk, I'm actually a little relieved.
Very happy.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, this wasn't vile. So thankful.
Yeah.
So thankful. But apparently they are pressing charges.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I don't know. I kind of wanted them to.
Well, yeah, we're at the point where we have to start implementing consequences for
stupidity,
just ridiculous behavior, if we want to rein it in at all. Once you assault someone, and technically assault is any unwanted physical contact, you just violated their rights.
Yeah,
so
it's
your
all
rights don't extend beyond someone else's.
Exactly. It's all freedom of speech until you hit.
That's true.
It's until violent. I don't think Antifa gets this. It's all freedom of speech until you're violent.
Right.
The moment that you're violent, it's no longer freedom of speech, guys. I have the right.
I speak with my hands.
I let my hands and bricks do the talking. Wait, those bricks aren't yours. You just picked them up off the street, guy.
It's also a larceny, sir.
You just stole those bricks and you're chucking them into somebody's glass window. What's wrong with you? You're committing larceny and you're creating violence. Vile? Really? Stop. Yes, vile. It is vile. It is a vile act.
A vile assault.
A vile... No, it's attack.
Oh, was it attack?
It's attack.
Oh, sorry.
You're putting it a little past the bar there.
It's
Assault
the cop
is
in me.
So much worse. By the way, Alan used to be a cop.
I did.
Also a vet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Many, many wonderful things. By the way, just kind of plug your stuff right now. Just plug your stuff because I want to get it in before the end of the show. So tell people about what you got going on real quick and about what you've been doing other than the campaign.
Oh man, other than the campaign, so we kind of just did plug the campaign. Work around. No, so I'm a combat veteran, and got into law enforcement, got out of that, then we just finished up a campaign in the primary, and so since then I've been working with a nonprofit soccer league in Franklin County, North Carolina, and we made it free for anyone who wanted to play. We ended up having about 97 kids play in that league.
Wait, free?
Free. 100% free.
How'd you make it free?
I did the legwork. I went out and raised funds for it. Charity.
No.
Yeah.
You got charity work to make a free soccer?
Free market, man. I just went out and people who were making money voluntarily gave me money so that I could give back to the community.
You didn't go out petition the government to force those people to come out and pay for your stuff?
No, that would have never happened because Franklin County is mostly Democrat, so they would have never.
What do you
actually
mean?
Supported that.
Are you talking about the socialists in Franklin County wouldn't have supported the government seizing companies and forcing over to small?
Well, see, we did
nonprofits?
We did it as a church league.
See, that's where you screwed up.
Yeah. So it was a Christian-based league, but it was free for whoever wanted to play in the community, and we just wrapped that up last week. Not only that, but we were able to raise above and beyond what we needed for the league, a little bit over $1,000 worth over, and so we gave all that away too.
Sweet. Any specific charities that you're working with on that, or?
No. So this year, what we did is we just looked for a need within the community and gave it back, and there was a family that needs to raise some money to adopt a kid, and so that's where it went.
Can't say that's a bad thing.
Nope.
It's not a bad thing. You had a family, a good, well-to-do family that wanted to adopt a child, and for some reason the government puts a lot of funds and money in place as barriers for that.
It's crazy the barriers that are in place for adoption and even fostering in the United States. I mean, it costs over $20,000 to adopt a kid.
Ouch.
You think about how many kids we have in the foster care system now. If you adopt out of foster care, it's not that much, but that's a different story.
Right. That's a whole different thing.
But you think of how many kids need families, and I mean, to put a $20,000 barrier in front of it is just for no other reason other than government interference.
Yeah, because you got to cut through all the red tape. So it costs about $20,000 worth of red tape.
Yeah.
Huh. It's a wonder how we have so many kids still in foster care.
Yeah.
You have a ton of well-to-do families that have enough to get by, have enough to support another child, but don't have enough to save up $20,000 to then support another child unless it took them 10 years.
Yeah, and most of the families that I know that adopt take out personal loans in order to overcome that hurdle.
Yeah.
So essentially they are financing their children.
Your child is collateral then.
But in a good way, unlike our debt and deficit, which collateralize our children in a negative way.
Right. Like, hey, every dollar that goes up is a dollar that your grandkids are going to have to pay off.
Well, I mean, kind of like, every child who's born from this day forward for the foreseeable future is at least $67,000 in debt the day they're born.
Immediately, because your government.
Yeah. Period.
Your government.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Your government.
I think that's good for the. I think that's the show, folks. Now. Oh man, but yeah. So we got on the topic of adoption, and that's just that boggles my mind. Like, I have 4 kids, and I know for a fact it doesn't cost me $20,000 a year per kid to support.
I mean, and you think about this. I mean, that's just to get the kid in their hands.
Into your house.
Into their hands, yes. So that's essentially the cost of birth, if you will.
Yeah.
That's what it gets to physically be able to hold your child. We have Medicaid, Medicare, all these other programs that help people who can't afford to give birth to their children.
Yeah.
The opportunity to hold their child Well, we have nothing for adoption of said children who don't have a family
Right.
in place. And I'm not advocating for another government program. I'm just saying our priorities are backwards.
Yeah, like how about we just get the government out of the way?
That would be a phenomenal.
Wouldn't that be
idea.
crazy? You just talk to the person who's adopting out the kids, and you don't have to worry about the government getting involved. That would be amazing. Maybe a background check is still needed. Anyway,
That costs like $45.
yeah. Five-second count is over. All right. Wow. Coming off of the adoption stuff, man. That is something I really.
Well, we actually got flack about where we were going to give the money because there were other charities,
Sure.
right? And then
Yeah.
I just weighed, all these other charities are funded by, other churches in other countries. And this is one family that has next to no outside help.
Yeah. Well, see, you know what, Erica? That sounds good on paper, but in all actuality, no. Abortions should just be something that you have to pay for out of pocket, and my tax dollars shouldn't go to. I'm just gonna leave it at that. It sounds good-ish. It shouldn't.
I'm a different on abortions, so
I mean, I don't want them at all.
Right, yeah.
But at the same point in time, if they're going to be there, I just don't want at minimum, I don't want my tax dollars paying for it.
If they're there, then you pay for it.
Right. Because you're killing a child.
Yes.
You're killing a life.
Yep.
And that's what you meant. Okay, good. I'm just making sure we have to clarify these things.
Yeah,
Erica. We have to clarify. And usually by clarifying, that means confront.
I believe abortion should only be the byproduct of the doctor trying to save the mother's life, which would be accidental, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And so one of the big things is, well, what about, incest and rape?
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
mm-hmm. So you're talking about 1/100th of 1/10%.
Right. So I challenge any liberal out there that wants to meet me there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you incest and rape for the time being,
Right.
and let's get rid of all other abortions, and I'll meet you there right now.
Right now.
Right now.
Let's cut it dry.
I will
Cut
help
and dry.
you sponsor that bill.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
That's a good bill.
And then all other
As long as the
abortions
rest
are
of the
out.
crap isn't in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would take a paragraph.
All the things that take a paragraph to just fix never happen.
No.
Never happen.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, how about we do a flat tax and we get rid of the IRS?
No.
Does that sound like a good idea? Yeah, I can do it in a paragraph.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I can't have that
Well,
bill. That's too
technically, it
easy
would
to
take
read.
two because you'd have to have one paragraph set to abolish the IRS and the
Yeah.
other paragraph to set.
Okay, fine. I can do it in 2 paragraphs.
You can still do it in one page.
I can do it in 1
It'd have
page.
space to sign it like the declaration at the
Right.
bottom.
I could do it in 1 page and have enough space for everybody to sign it.
Yeah.
I can make it a petition.
Could broccoli be a Buick?
It could be a broccoli. Talking about a baby.
Oh. Sorry. Sorry, Stephen. It would help if I could read.
It's true. It would help.
I need that staffer back.
You do need that staffer back. Oh, this is the DOA show, Defenders of American Exceptionalism. This is the last segment of the show, and as you can see, Mr. Alan Jesser needs a staff back. Oh. Good times, good times. Let me ask you a question. We have this whole idea about suicide and assisted suicide, and is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Should it happen? Yes, exactly. Never. It should never happen. That's okay. And that's my wife in the background. Nobody can actually hear her, but I'm commenting to her anyway.
That's right.
It's
That's
perfect. It works great. So should you, if you coax somebody into committing suicide, should you be in trouble? Yes or no?
Yeah. I mean, any act that you take that contributes to the death or injury of another person, you're liable for.
Okay.
It's just that straightforward.
But if all you do is say words, If you don't do anything physical, if all you do is say words.
So we're getting into a freedom of speech argument here. So I'm going to straighten up a little bit here.
Okay.
And go into my why you should be able to yell fire in a crowded theater.
Okay, good.
Argument
Good. I like this.
So words are words.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
yes.
you're still liable for any action that follows. So me tripping you
Mm-hmm.
and you breaking your leg
Right.
is an assault. We discussed that earlier.
Yes, we know that. That's physical.
So if my words directly lead to you being injured, like yelling fire in a crowded movie theater,
Mm-hmm.
then the injury that resulted is already illegal. There's no need for me to make it doubly illegal by making the words illegal as well.
Right. I just want to make sure that
so-
where we're at on the page here, because obviously we aren't in Australia, but in Australia, a man was sentenced to 10 years in jail for encouraging his wife, who suffered from chronic back pain and depression, but was not terminally ill, to kill herself.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just it. If she was, I don't know, if there was a mental handicap or something, but if
She was
it
depressed,
just
so that
was,
is a mental handicap.
Yeah, I see that there. Yeah.
Yeah. Technically,
know.
that's a mental handicap in that way.
I don't know, man. It's because, if I had a family member suffering and stuff like that, and, that's essentially hospice care.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's just keep jacking up the opiates until they just drift off and don't wake up.
Yeah. So Justice Davis in Queensland Supreme Court told the defendant, you counseled your wife to kill herself because you wanted to get your hands on that $1.4 million.
See, they kind of left the motive out in the,
Right.
in the
It's
introduction,
just a little
didn't
far
they?
down in there.
You got to go to the third paragraph.
Gotta
and,
get to the third paragraph.
By the way,
it's
there's
$1.4 million.
$1.4 million.
Your general financial position was such that $1.4 million was a very significant sum, as it would be to most people. So basically, this entire trial was not about a man coaxing his wife into suicide. It was about $1.4 million and a man trying to find a way to get it.
Right. Now, that's completely different.
It's a very
That's
different.
a very different question.
It's motive
than,
involved.
hey,
It's not just,
she's miserable and she's not going to get any better and she really doesn't want to live.
I don't know. That is a very thin line. You're right, Erica. That's a very, very thin line.
That is.
It's almost as thin as weaponizing chocolate milk. Almost as thin.
And we're back.
And we're back. All right. So, speaking of weaponizing things, there's a brand new opioid out there.
Why wouldn't there be?
Right? As a veteran and person who's a big VA,
Yes.
VA fix the VA proponent.
I am. I've been working hard trying to fix the VA.
There's a brand new opiate. It's called Suvia.
It's a
D is silent. There's a D in the name, and the D is silent. Just so you know. So it's called Suvia.
You should ring the bell.
Thank you. Good catch.
You're welcome.
Oh gosh. Suvia is a 3 millimeter wide tablet of sufentanil, made by a different corporation. Who cares about the corporation? You see, it came before the FDA Advisory Committee on the 12th of October, and the committee weighs in on safety and efficacy of the proposed products and blah, 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 blah. They approved it 10-3. Yeah, this is 3 times stronger than the current strongest opioid available.
I mean, it's a really good thing that opioids aren't addictive and that people haven't been having an issue in this country with opioids.
At all.
Because what we really need is a new opioid.
Right, because, it's not like there's this major opioid epidemic and most of it being prescription-based.
I'm curious, is this the same FDA council that just approved for opioid manufacturers to produce a drug that helps combat opioid addiction?
Yes, that same one.
Okay. Just curious.
Yeah, and this drug probably not going to be effective against this drug.
Why would it be?
I know. Well, with the silent D and all, it's very hard to pass up.
So with the silent D, we all get screwed?
Yes.
Going back Army style.
Oh, gosh. Quote, it will not contribute to the large outpatient opioid crisis, Palmer maintains.
That is a lovely statement with no supporting facts.
That is a lovely one-off.
I love that. Like, I'm reading, and I still don't see any supporting facts.
I know. While fentanyl is potent, the dose of Silent D Sevilla is pre-measured and small, 30 micrograms or a millionth of a gram. Sure. This is once again, this is the same drug that came out and was 3 times stronger than the current, most recent opioid.
We already have police officers and first responders
Mm-hmm.
that have to carry Narcan
Mm-hmm. To stop themselves from being
because of fentanyl.
right, which is oof.
A
Did you see
1,000
that video?
times more powerful than heroin.
Did you see that video of the guy like of the cop getting hit with like just a whiff of fentanyl and like knocked
And
him out?
falling down?
Yeah. Oh, they had to have first responders out there, and they got him taken care of immediately. But
Yeah.
like that knocked him out.
Well, I was first, when I first found out that some of my buddies that are still in law enforcement were going to have to start carrying Narcan on them.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, this epidemic is getting out of control that, they're going to have to use Narcan to save somebody's life right there on the side of the road. And then I found out, no, they're carrying it for them because if they happen to come in contact with it, they can OD before they can get to the hospital.
Right, they have to have it on themselves.
And so it's just ridiculous.
By the way, good catch on the Rick King and the Erica. You can't beat the Silent D. Nicely done, and hard to beat a 3mm as well. Very good job, guys. Very good job. Lovely. But yeah, so back to the Narcan. What is Narcan?
So Narcan is a drug that counteracts the way some opioids move through your body.
Mm-hmm.
So the way your body breaks down some opioids. And so it is actually a drug that was invented to prevent overdoses.
Okay. And so basically with this, because you have fentanyl and everything else that's out there, and these people, they don't they cross this stuff? Like they cut stuff with fentanyl
they'll
now.
cut heroin, and I mean, some people were even cutting it into cocaine now with fentanyl.
Right.
And sometimes the users know, sometimes they don't, and that's why the OD rate has increased.
Right.
But because what's funny is what you'll hear people state, what you'll hear people repeat is the overdose death rate is decreasing. Well, it began to decrease with Narcan. We're actually able to save people, but the overdose rate itself is going up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's the thing.
Yet drugs that you can't overdose on are still
can't
illegal.
over-D on the D, the silent D.
Never go full D.
Never go. Thank you, and good night. All right. Now, so... And it just it boggles my mind. It boggles my mind because we have all this mess going on. We have this major opioid epidemic. We have an FDA that's just out of control. And we have an election coming up in 3 days.
Yeah.
And if you haven't voted already, what the heck are you doing? What the heck are you doing? Get out there and vote. Unless you don't know anything about politics, and then don't vote.
And then check my page.
Yeah, and then check his page.
AlanChester.com.
That's AlanChester.com. AlanChester.com. By the way, you can find his name spelled in our information page. It's right there on the top line. Alan Chester. AlanChester.com. And as always, you can find us at DOAEshow.com. DOAEshow.com. You can also go to Mojo50. You can listen to all the streams that they have there. And you can also find a whole bunch of awesome talent. Dang it. This has been the DOA Show. You guys have a great night. Bye-bye.